Cold walking, one of the scariest things in any sales position. I'm Dan, the retired broker, and I'm thinking back in my career being in financial sales and how I marketed and got new clients. So today I'm going to talk about cold walking. Basically, just like cold calling, but you're walking door to door, business to business, passing out your cards, passing out pamphlets, whatever it may be, trying to get that meeting. So there's actually a firm that markets only through cold walking. I was never a part of that firm. If you search it online, I'm sure it'll pull up, but they only door knock residential neighborhoods. So what they do is they give you your own office, they give you a secretary, and you get about 40% of the commissions that you make. And they take you down to headquarters for a week. They train you. Here's what to say. Here's how to knock on the door. They even tell you how to pet the dog so he doesn't bite you. But it works. I talked to a broker there, and he said he raised about 5 million in client assets the first year, which in finance, that's really nothing. He probably makes about 20 grand on that. But you do that a few years and you have a decent book of business. So cold walking is just so scary because, you're going up to strangers' doors, you're going to businesses, you're going to houses. You don't know what to expect. You're probably not going to get hurt if you're in a decent neighborhood, but it can be really embarrassing. It really can, and it takes a lot of courage to do it. I kind of equate it to the first time I got in a boxing ring. I've been taking boxing class for about 2 years. Nothing serious, just doing it for fun and to get in shape. But sometimes we spar. And the first time I sparred, I was really nervous because I haven't been punched in 20 years. But I got in there and I took the punches. And the second time I sparred, the third time, the fifth time, it just got easier and easier. You know how to take the punches. You know how to return the punches. And that's the same in sales. Sales can be very, very scary because basically you're asking strangers for their money, right? So that's what I want the theme of this video to be. It gets easier with time. Once you get punched, it gets easier over time. So I started cold walking. The first time I did it, just nice residential neighborhood, walking around with my business cards. Hey, I'm Dan from XYZ firm. Wanted to introduce myself, see if I can help you in your financial situation. Are you currently using a financial advisor? And that one day, I remember it. That one day, everyone just slammed the door in my face. No one took my card. I was like in my young 20s. It was really embarrassing. So I didn't do it for a few years. When I started back up, I did it again. And every weekend, I went to a new neighborhood. And I knocked and I knocked and I knocked. And I finally started getting some meetings. Not a lot, but I finally did. Just saying the same thing. Just introduce myself, what I'm doing, how my firm works, and how I can help them, and then trying to get the meeting, just passing out the card. I did get one client, actually. She worked at a used clothes shop, kind of like a resale place. She owned it. And it was a decent client. But I walked in her, just walking in the strip malls and just introducing myself. And I think I only got maybe one or two clients. I don't know. But I got her as a client and she stuck with me for a few years. So it can work. It's just so nerve-wracking. It's the scariest thing because you think, so when I first started doing it, that second round, when I started booking meetings, I was thinking, okay, what's the worst that can happen? Well, I'm not going to get physically hurt. Okay, my safety isn't really in jeopardy, but it's going to be embarrassing. I think what's the worst that can happen? They can slam the door in my face. What if I knock on someone's door that I know and it's embarrassing? I see someone I know or maybe a second cousin or something I rarely see. It might be odd, but I figured, look, they're not paying my bills. They're not putting food on my table. It's up to me. So who cares what they think? Okay. So when you're on your sales calls, your sales meetings, you're pitching somebody, your business, who cares what they think? It doesn't matter. This is just small high school and college mindset. It's just immature mindset. Once you get older and you're more confident, you're not going to care what anybody thinks. So knock on the door, and if you have to, prepare yourself. Like I just said, what's the worst that can happen? knock on the door, get your script ready, practice it in your house before you leave, practice it on your way to the neighborhood or to the business you're cold walking, and just keep doing it. Repetition, repetition. You will get better at it. It's not embarrassing, guys. Just do it. It's not a big deal. All right? Hope that helps. Thanks a lot.